Hello, Libra Rising. This is your monthly tarot checkup for the month of July 2024. My name is Podkane, and if you don't know what your rising sign is, I invite you to check the link in the description below to get your full natal chart. And the sign that you're looking for is the ascendant. It's another word for rising sign. Let me show you what cards we're going to be using today. This is a fairly long spread, so get some snacks, get your popcorn. First, we're going to be getting a message from your spirit guides oracle deck. Then we're going to be using these two decks, the So Below and the As Above decks, to get a outer astrology wheel of your exterior things that are going on in your life, like work and relationships. And then we'll use the So Above deck to get things like your secrets and your aspiration and things that you need to work on. And then at the end of the spread, I have this spell deck that I'm going to be pulling a card for you for this month. And if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Other than that, I'm going to pause and get all of your cards pulled, since it does take quite a while for me to get them. And then I'll be right back. Okay, Libra Rising, I pulled the unicorn card for you for this month. Indulge your creative, imaginative, and magical side through some form of artistic expression. Cute. All right, so what do we have here? First, we've got how you appear. How you appear to others. And we have the Justice reversed. Just like maybe they just see you as being different than your normal self, because Justice, that's the Libra card, your Libra rising. This is your rising sign house. And, if you know about astrology, then each of these different positions signifies a different house for you. So since Libra is rising, that means it's in the first house. So they may see a new side of you that they hadn't previously seen before. And I did pull some clarifier cards here. And we have the Two of Pentacles reversed, the High Priestess, and the Three of Wands. So with this, it's kind of like, this is also another card of imbalance, like Justice reverse would be, of kind of tipping the scales maybe more in your favor. Intuitionally led, it's not, High Priestess reverse would be like an extremism or something that's very unbalanced in itself. So it's kind of interesting, the dichotomy here of like you're choosing yourself more due to intuition, and you're kind of telling people about it and sending messages about that, and like you're open to receiving more. There's definitely some change that people are seeing in you this month, where maybe you're not all about what other people want or need anymore. And it's entirely a restructuring and a positive thing, because you've now switched over from giving to being open to receive. Next, we have, what do you have with the world? Again, this is another major change card for this in this position. You have all the opportunities ahead of you. You've just completed a major cycle, especially in terms of what you value and what's important to you. This is a very optimistic thing to have here, where you're looking forward and willing to put yourself out there now. You can see this girl's kind of like in a New York City, Times Square type of scene, surrounded by people, but still she's like glowing. She's just celebrating her life. People around are kind of like, looking over and like smiling, like inspired. You're inspiring to others right now. And you're definitely being seen right now too, or you have the opportunity to be seen. If you're looking into maybe starting some type of social media or content creation, now is a great time. Because you have a lot of eyes on you, and people are positively inspired by your energy. So what do you think? What are you thinking about right now? We have Judgment reversed. I think maybe there's been some type of revelation that your voice needs to be heard, but you may be, it may be a non-starter for you right now. You may not yet feel comfortable with standing on and speaking on all of the wisdom and maybe this new special revelation that you've gained recently. I feel like this is more of a a becoming aspect for you. Maybe we'll get more information about that coming up in the read. But right now you're kind of weighing your options, or maybe being a little self-critical about this desire you have to kind of create a platform for yourself, for your ideas and your thoughts to be heard. You're kind of questioning that desire. So next we have what's going on in your home, and we have the Nine of Swords reversed and the Five of Pentacles reversed. This is great. Nine of Swords reversed is like, finally we're getting out of like a chaotic and mentally overstimulating energy, moving beyond that, moving past it. There's newfound peace and mental clarity happening at home. Maybe you're like my husband and just went through the whole entire house, deep cleaning everything, decluttering and organizing so that you have like a more clean and organized space that is really helping with your mental health. And then with that, we have the Five of Pentacles reversed. So upright, this card usually shows like some, and even in this card, she's like lost in the woods. It would show two people who are kind of sick and injured, but they're outside of the church. Like they're asking for help. They want to come inside and be welcomed. But it's a card of rejection or isolation and loneliness. And here with it reversed, it's like, okay, now I have like my home is becoming a inclusive place where I can have people over, and I feel comfortable here. I'm welcomed here. I have my place here. Even like claiming ownership, not feeling like an outsider or a guest anymore in your own home. Next, we have your self-expression. We have the Two of Swords. You're being, trying to be definitive, but also trying to be very non-biased. You're making decisions, or at least contemplating making them. This is interesting. Again, for a Libra rising, it would be a bit of a different energy for you, where before you might have been indecisive or devil's advocate. Now it's showing that you're willing to weigh those options as you normally do, but then make a decision on them. Another reason why people could be seeing you differently. This could be new for you. What's going on at work? We have the Knight of Swords reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed, and you're not feeling like there's a lot of help there. You may not really be interested in helping. With the Queen of Swords reversed too, it's just like you could be feeling pretty critical and negative about your workplace at this time. Like it's not really doing much for me. It's not stimulating, mentally stimulating for you, I think, is a major takeaway from this for anybody who's watching this reading. Is like, there's just nothing going on here. I'm not mentally stimulated. I'm not keeping busy. Things are really slow moving. Knight of Swords reversed for sure. Maybe it's difficult to be definitive about it as well with Queen of Swords reversed. Like you're kind of like, well, I don't really know where I stand with this place right now. Maybe there's someone that works there, like a coworker or a boss, who could be very critical, or someone that you just don't really like respect their opinion or respect their my way or the highway type of rhetoric. Overall, I think mentally, like you're kind of struggling with work right now because there's just not enough positive energy there. It's not busy enough or active enough. You don't feel like you're a help maybe to the company, or maybe you don't feel like you have a usefulness there at this time. Next, we have your relationship, and it's the Ten of Wands. So this would be like a partner or someone, the person that's closest to you in your life at this time. And with the 10 of Wands, as a 10, it's an ongoing thing. That's relationship that's been going on for quite some time at this point. It's sort of the penultimate card of the concept of self-expression and self-development. You may have seen them develop in a positive and responsibility assuming way, where they're ready to take on responsibilities and work towards a higher goal. You may also feel like the relationship has been a burden at times, but it was worth it. Next, we have, what do others have? In the 8th position here with Death reversed. So I always look at this card in relationship to your card of what you have here, where you have made a major change, where you are ready to step into a whole new cycle of self-development and you're ready to step out into the world. We have Death reversed with others, where you see them not willing to make changes. Maybe they're afraid, maybe something that is familiar to them at this time is more valuable than the unknown, which could be, in your eyes, you could possibly see that as being very extraordinarily positive and self-affirming and life-affirming because you've been through it. But then when you look out and you see others that are resistant and stubborn to make any changes, it could potentially be frustrating to you. But it could also be a sign to you that you've made the right choice and that the change was worth it. Next, we have, what are you learning? We have the Ace of Swords with the 2 of Wands, both reversed. So with the Ace of Swords, it's like lying to yourself removes opportunities. Not being willing to plan things is a false, like a non-productive way to manage your mental health and your mental organization. But then even also with these two in opposition here, where you're kind of reluctant to share your truth, it could be that you feel that your truth doesn't hold any opportunities for you. I'd be aware of that, because I don't know if that's true. Like with the person that I am, I automatically assume there's no fucking way that could be true. Even if people don't like what your truth is, even if people don't like what you have to say, there's still value in education and growth there for you and the way people respond to you regardless. So like, I can never say that someone shouldn't speak your truth for really any reason, even if you kind of are a bit odd, or maybe you're even going through something that like gives you a bit of a darker tone, or maybe you were like that naturally, where you're not all rainbows and sunshine and roses, and you want to say something real and even kind of uncomfortable. Yeah, speaking your truth is definitely a concern for you, and with this unicorn, it makes sense to just indulge in your creative, imaginative, and magical side. Maybe the artistic expression is a bridge towards speaking up and speaking out regardless of what others think, because you can do it through a artistic expression, which is like a way to separate yourself from the message. Maybe your truth is you're feeling like it's very attached to your sense of self-worth and your ego at this time. So if you were to speak about it on a public platform and then someone were to criticize it, it would feel too personal. And so using an artistic expression to like music or creating a video or creating artwork of some kind could be something to depersonalize your vision and your message from yourself, so that if and when criticism comes for your art that you've created, there's still a I just had the word, like you're removed from it a little bit, so it could be less hurtful to yourself personally. And that's why I say it's sort of a bridge. The goal could eventually be just to say what you think, no matter what people say about it. But I feel like oftentimes in self improvement, like you can't just run before you walk. And maybe that's where self expression through creativity has that like opportunity for you to walk before you run, I suppose. So what have you built so far? We have the Queen of Cups reversed. This is kind of showing that like the mental chaos that has happened at home for quite some time, feeling othered and really wanting to feel like you belong and have a safe place and are included. These feelings and this experience over time has led to Queen of Cups reversed, which is someone who has like some emotional trouble and trauma. There's emotional instability there. Could be a need for some crying and some release. Maybe you've done that recently. But it's also showing that there's an opportunity here for you to build more in your compassion, your sensitivity, even psychic abilities or intuition, dreams. You're working on building up the side of yourself that is very emotionally aware and literate. And it's a process of becoming. And the need for this to be developed was, in fact, triggered by mental chaos and feeling excluded. Next, with friends, this is like a larger circle of people, supporters and associates and others that are kind of in your social circle. We have the Queen of Wands. I think people around you are really seeing your creative and even sexual side. Not that they want to bang you, but like they're just like, damn, they're looking hot, like they look good. And they're also very supportive of your creative endeavors at this time. This is huge for that. They're definitely cheering you on. And what is the limitation here? It's the Knight of Cups. Okay, perfect. This is the desire to present a pretty face and to say the nice things and to be well liked and loved. And there's this Knight out of all of them is probably the fakest one. And it's interesting that this is here. This is a limiting belief with you speaking your truth here. Because there's a type of art or a message that you want to put out there, but you know that it isn't the prettiest thing in the world. And in the past, you may have put a lot of focus on polishing the turd of whatever you wanted to say. But in reality, maybe it wasn't a turd at all. It was just your concept of it. So I do think you have refined tastes as a Libra. But also, people today, more than like ever before that I can remember in my lifetime, are craving the real shit. And I think you have something real here to say. And when things are real, they're imperfect by nature because we are imperfect. They often call out bad behavior, which could ruffle some feathers, certainly, or it calls attention to inconvenient truths, which some may find distasteful or, But people are craving real. I mean, just look at social media, like just the fake influencers and all the manufactured mess. And even with people craving reality more and more, there's also a process of each of us understanding that if we want real, we're going to have to take the good with the bad. Not everything's going to look pretty. Not everything's going to be perfect. And part of that is an unconditional, loving approach towards people. It's still detached. It's not getting super involved and super emotionally hyped up about any little thing that offends us. But by having the emotional wisdom and security in ourselves to manage our offense, I think people are learning that because they understand that it's worth it to deal with people hurting our feelings and saying mean and nasty things sometimes, because that's part of free speech and that's part of honesty and truth. And so we're all learning simultaneously how to hear criticism, see things that we don't like or don't agree with, and just let it roll off our backs. Because that's all of our personal power is within our own minds. We can't go out and tell people, you need to address me in this way, and if you don't, then there'll be consequences. Or don't talk bad about this certain subject around me, or else we can't be cool, or I'm going to have a mental breakdown. Why would we let anyone who had anything to say steal our peace, first of all? But second, we could never control other people to any extent, any better than we can actually just control our own feelings, our own thoughts. And I think people are starting to be ready for that responsibility, which means they'll be open to what you have to say, good and the bad. More open than ever. Okay, Libra rising, I'm going to pause this and get your next round of cards. Okay. First card right off the bat. I'm so excited for you. I have a lot to say about this. You've got the Lover's card. So I was already telling another rising sign about this, that with your rising sign being Libra, this is like your dissertation on that energy. The rising sign for anybody is the most elevated and can be the most difficult, but you've already done the groundwork, either in this life or in past ones. If you believe in that, you already have a lot of that understanding. So when you look at someone who has like a Libra sun, for example, maybe they're in high school or in college in the school of Libra, but you're here writing your dissertation, about to get your PhD. And this shows beautifully here with this major transition to the message of Libra. You've gone from thinking of things in a right or wrong dichotomy, and you have now reached the understanding that it's not about right and wrong, because that is subjective. That is morality based. It's different for everyone. What you've now realized with the Lover's card here is it's about a choice. It's yes or no, not right or wrong. And I'm so excited for you. This is a huge deal, because now you're freeing yourself from this imposed restriction of, well, I think this is bad, I can't behave in this bad way, or, based on what I understand right and wrong to be, this isn't okay for me to do, even though I really feel it. Now you released yourself from all of that, because you're realizing that it's a matter of yes or no. And I know that this is a complex concept. And I'm sure now with this here, you understand more about it, but I'll just speak quickly on what my idea of this concept is. Certainly there are things that most of society can agree is, oh my God. Most of society can agree is a bad thing. Like let's take murder. Okay, let's just go all the way to the most extreme thing that is fairly obvious. Okay. But the nuance in that, oh my God. I have these fruit flies that are like looking for a home now that we've like cleaned up a bunch of stuff in our house, and they just need to go. They just need to die. There's no more food for them here. We cleaned all that up. Like they're so bad this year. It's like embarrassing. Oh shit. Anyway, so you've realized that yes, the majority of people can agree, damn near everyone can agree that murder is bad. But is it because it was wrong? Or is it because the majority of people are saying no? They said, no, we don't like that. That's really what it is that people have come together, on this particular subject, and they all seem to say, no, we choose not to murder or to agree with people who do so. I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I need to put out a trap or something. This sucks. Hold on, let me pause. I just need to collect my thoughts. Okay. I've staged the area. Hopefully that'll drive them away, and if it's any spirits trying to listen in, y'all can fuck off. So, back to this. You've realized now that it's not about right or wrong, it's about choice. And this is a major breakthrough for you. And there's more information here as to why that is. So what do you value? We've got the King of Swords reversed. And with this card in particular, you see this elder woman who has the book and she's closed it. She's saying now is not the right time to know. Now is not the time to pry into these informations or anything like that. So this is showing with this reverse is that you desire greatly to know the unknown. You value finding out the secrets, hidden meanings, things that were previously unknown to you, both about yourself and about the world, about people, about others, about society, all kinds of things. You're like a truth seeker here, and that's a major value that's kind of propelling you forward. With what needs to change, we have the Page of Wands reversed, and this upright is that's the messenger. That's the person who speaks. That's a person who has a positive, hopeful response to the universe and believes that their message will be heard. What does that tell you? You've got to believe that your message is going to be heard by the right people, that your message has value no matter what it is, and that you've got to speak up and speak out. Beautiful. Thank you, Tarot. Next, we have what's driving you with the Ace of Wands reversed. Very similar energy here. I think now is a good time to rest, spend some time in nature, do what's inspiring to you, because this is the inspiration card. So if you're feeling uninspired at this time, definitely recharge your batteries, but also take a hopeful approach to things, to yourself, to your voice. I think inspiration can really come from dreams and meditation, and when we're in a place of excitement and enthusiasm. And, spend some time daydreaming about all of the craziest and most far-fetched dreams and hopes and wishes that you might have. And just imagine what that would feel like. And that can help kind of jumpstart that flame again, that creative desire and inspiration again for you. With what you need to have the courage to do, we have the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. You've got to have the courage to learn more about this creative project that you're working on, whatever it might be, or you've got to be willing to be a student here so that you can creatively express in the way that you want to. There's something very important here for you about using a tool of creativity to express yourself. You need to go there first, and you've got to be able to learn the ropes. You've got to practice. You've got to study. whatever your chosen medium might be, whether it's playing the guitar like my husband, or practicing drawing or painting, whatever you feel drawn to as a form of self-expression, you've got to sit down and you've got to learn about it and practice, practice, practice. And the point of that is so that you can become adept enough. You don't need to be a master, but adept enough to be able to get those creative thoughts and feelings and your inner voice, an accurate representation in your creative work. If what you're wanting to express, for example, is a feeling of isolation, and you want to use painting to do so, and something that really speaks to you as a feeling of isolation would be a frozen landscape, and you go to paint that, and your end result is just like white and bright blue. It's not even like the proper color that you wanted for the sky. And then maybe there's like a single tree or two, but they just kind of look like sticks instead of trees. And you're not going to be able to express yourself in the way that you would like, thereby getting satisfaction out of it. And this is all about your satisfaction. People are here to support you and enjoy your work, but like, it's not even about them. I don't know if you realize that yet or not. If you look at your work and you say, this isn't what I was going for, this wasn't my vision, then it's not going to be fruitful for what you're trying to do, which is express your vision in a tangible form, express your voice in a tangible form. So sit down and learn about it. What are the details that you may miss this month? We have the King of Cups and the Six of Pentacles reversed here. You do have some emotional intelligence. You're emotionally supportive. The thing is that giving nature and that protective nature can be used at the expense of yourself. You need to watch out and be looking for situations where you may be inclined to give to people who haven't earned it. Maybe the better word is, if it's something that they could just do for themselves, then why are you doing it for them? So just be on the watch for that kind of thing this month. With the other involved, the relationship, we have the Queen of Swords. This person is, they know their truth and they stand on it. That could be inspiring to you, actually, because the Queen of Swords doesn't give a shit what you think about her. She's just going to say what she believes. And in her best aspect, the upright aspect, it's not like a my way or the highway rhetoric. It's just, this is what I believe. You can try and change my mind, but you're probably not going to be able to. And for someone who's a Libra rising, it may be best at this time to not allow your mind to be changed, because you're already very prone to doing that. I mean, so many things in life are such a balance that there's no universal wisdom out there. Like, you could say you're too giving. You could say people are too willing to give, and you'd be wrong about half the population, because their issue is they're too unwilling to give. So getting to that middle place where you're able to balance and choose situations that are appropriate to give, that don't take too much from you, or that really benefit and build up the person that you're giving to, or the situation that you're giving to, versus this person's better served if they just take care of it themselves and learn that, or this is taking too much from me to give, and I'm doing it at the expense of myself. It's better to not give at this time. So saying all of that, your person is kind of showing you in a reflective way that standing on business and Being definitive about one's truth and one's beliefs and holding to that is a very positive direction for you to move at this time as well. What are the secrets? What do you not know about? You're really strong. You've got the strength card here, and you're patient too. You have the capability to do so much, and you might have been busy looking in other directions and not really looked inwards to notice that you have a lot of patience with yourself and with others, and you're very disciplined. And just because your voice is a little different than others doesn't mean you have all the best qualities where it counts. Might need a sage again. What's your aspiration this month? We've got the Chariot reversed and the Hierophant reversed. You just want to let go. You don't want to have such self-control. You want to be original and unconventional and unique and just let it all out. That's why you need this voice. That's why you're having trouble with being okay, because you know that you have an original voice and a unique perspective and point of view, and you know that it goes against the grain. And all this time you've been trying to control it and manage it and direct it here and there. But really what you want is just to let it all out. And that's what you're hoping to do. And that's what you will do once you work on, this creative expression, maybe as a stepping stone, but just be willing to speak no matter what people think about it. You have something incredibly important to offer, I feel. That those unique and original perspectives is exactly what we all are craving right now to see in the world. We've already heard the same rhetoric repeated over and over again by the copycats. Don't allow yourself to become one because you're scared. Because you're not. You're a maverick. You're unique. You're special. I think I talked with y'all about this last month. It's back. It's an ongoing situation. What have you achieved so far? The Justice card. Yes, you have learned about fairness and balance and devil's advocation, devil's advocate, being a devil's advocate, listening before passing judgment. You've created all of that in your life to where you are very fair and you're very, very balanced, and you can talk to anyone and understand anyone's perspective. And yes, you've achieved all that. That's wonderful. I don't really have much more to say about that. It's just showing, here's your diploma, here's your master's degree in the School of Libra. Now we move on to the PhD. Next, we have, what are you contributing? What are you inspiring people with this transformation, with this this process that you're going through this month? We have the Seven of Swords. That's a planning card. Oh no. The hell was that? Hold up. Okay, I think a scrubbing brush fell in the shower and it scared my dog. I had to give her lots of hugs and kisses and reassurance. Why are there so many distractions in this reading? I'm sick of it. Okay, you're inspiring people with the Seven of Swords. They're going to be making their own plans to find a way to express themselves creatively. They're also going to see that you've had a plan all along and that you're willing to use creative and ingenious solutions in order to affect that plan. And maybe prior to this, the way that they saw you with Justice Reverse is it seemed kind of extreme or haphazard, the way you were going through life, but they're going to see that it was all for a purpose. And what needs releasing, last but not least, is Judgment reversed again. You've got to be willing to take this. You've had an awakening of sorts, and you've gotten some sort of deep inner knowing. Something struck you like a lightning bolt, and now okay? And when you have to speak on it, because that's a gift. That's something that, it's not just a gift either. You didn't just you know, you weren't just walking down the street and found $20. You made all the proper steps through self-development to get to this point. This is 20. This is right before the world card. It's like one of the final cards in the cycle of the majors in the tarot. And you don't get there without the whole hero's journey experience. Oh, my freaking camera just paused on a really gross still of me. Oh, bro. Yeah, you don't get there by accident. You don't get there without a lot of trial and error and a lot of self-development, self-awareness. So now that you've gotten there and you've gotten this beautiful message, the only thing left for you to do is tell people what you've learned, what you know, what you found out about the world. That unique perspective that only you have because it was a journey that was so powerful and specific to you. There's nothing more to say. I feel like this was very clear. Hopefully you agree. All right, so now I'm going to get you a spell deck card. Libra rising, July 2024. Even if you don't want to do like the spell here, it's still, I think these are still like pretty interesting. Okay, rainfall right. On the first rainy day of the spring season, oh shit, it's summer now. Well, just when there's a rainy day, place a green glass bowl outside as a water catcher. Bring it inside at the end of the day and place it on your altar beside a lit green candle. Say, water of life, gift from the sky, we bathe in newfound energy, making spirits fly. Dip your fingers in the water and touch your forehead. Pour the water into the ground of your garden, speaking the spell one last time. It's like bringing in the energy of newness, spring. Love that for you. I love all of this for you. It's like my most positive reading I've done yet for this month. So congratulations. Good job. And hopefully you'll join me for the Venus sign spread a little bit later this month. And until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.